Hi, I'm Sergeant Sanford Swanson of the West Lafayette Police Department, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Ask WLPD. Last month, we talked about the West Lafayette Police Department hiring standards. This month, we'll follow up by discussing our hiring process. On average, the hiring process takes about 6 months from start to finish to complete. WLPD has a thorough process that we engage in as we search for the best candidates for employment consideration. We're constantly looking for ways to evolve and improve our processes. Let's take a detailed look into the West Lafayette Police Department hiring process. First things first, all candidates who meet the department hiring requirements outlined in our last video should first apply online. Candidates should visit the link below. Once on that page, look for Probationary Police Officer under Positions Available, and then click Apply to get started. When details on testing are established, candidates who have applied and who meet the hiring requirements will be notified with specific instructions on the testing date, time, and location. On the initial testing date, candidates will be invited to participate in a physical agility test. The test consists of 5 individual tests, and each candidate must pass each test and meet the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy ESIC standards. Those tests and standards are as follows: a 16-inch vertical jump, 29 sit-ups in 1 minute, a 300-meter run in 71 seconds or less, at least 25 push-ups with no time limit, and a 1.5-mile run under 16 minutes and 28 seconds. The standards and protocols for each test can be found on the ILEA website in the link below. Candidates who successfully pass the physical agility test will then be invited to the written exam. The written exam is proctored following the physical agility test after a short break. The West Lafayette Police Department uses Standard & Associates for its police officer selection test. Candidates who successfully pass both tests will be invited to an oral interview. Here, candidates will be formally interviewed by select department members. Candidates who meet the interview scoring requirements will soon after be invited to the background phase of the hiring process. The background investigation phase of the hiring process takes several weeks to investigate and complete. During this phase, several steps are taken to determine if a candidate is a proper fit for the West Lafayette Police Department. Background investigators attempt to conduct a rigorously thorough analysis of the candidate, their history, and their known affiliations. Candidates complete 20-plus pages of personal history documents that span several areas of their life. Candidates are required to sign a release of information and allow access to investigators to several areas of their professional and personal lives. Driving and criminal history checks are conducted. High school and college transcripts are reviewed, and prior law enforcement transcripts, if applicable. Marriage licenses and divorce decrees are obtained and reviewed. A complete credit report is pulled. Citizenship and naturalization is verified. A DD-214 is verified for military applicants. Several personal interviews are conducted with people who know the candidate. This includes employers, coworkers, friends, family, neighbors, ex-spouses and significant others, children, and so on. An in-home interview is conducted. Background investigators have even flown to other states to interview potential candidates. Follow-up interviews are conducted at the West Lafayette Police Department. A polygraph examination is also conducted. If a candidate passes this thorough background investigation, their packet is forwarded to the Police Merit Commission for their review prior to their Police Merit Commission interview. As mentioned in a previous video, our diverse 5-member PMC oversees hiring, promotion, discipline, and termination of department members. While trusted members of the West Lafayette Police Department conduct most of the hiring phases, they do not choose who gets hired. The Police Merit Commission ranks candidates based on an overall score. Once scored, the list is sealed and only the Police Merit Commission knows the names of the candidates and their ranking on the list. Candidates who pass the Police Merit Commission interview are placed on an active hiring list based on their overall score until an opening becomes available within the department, or when their name falls off the list after 2 years of dormancy. Once an opening becomes available, the chief requests a name from the PMC president, and the name of the highest ranked candidate is presented to the chief. If that candidate is offered a position, they are offered a conditional offer of employment. Candidates who are fortunate enough to be offered a conditional offer of employment still have exams that must be considered before being offered a permanent position. Candidates are sent to a medical physician for a full physical examination. Additionally, candidates are also sent to a psychologist to be evaluated for overall health and mental stability. If these exams are passed and their findings are accepted by the Public Employee Retirement Fund, they are finally offered a long-awaited permanent position with the West Lafayette Police Department and issued a start date. As you can see, this is a rather detailed process and one that is not taken lightly. Members in the field training program and the Police Merit Commission work hard to ensure that West Lafayette is well represented. Well, that's my time. Thank you for watching this episode of Ask WLPD. If you have something you would like to learn or ask WLPD, please email us at askwlpd@westlafayette.in.gov. That's askwlpd@westlafayette.in.gov. Be sure to subscribe, comment, and share this video with your friends and across your social media platforms.